One of the things that you guys might need today is, well, I have a rolled up yoga mat. You probably don't have this, but you can take a towel and put rubber bands around it, and we're going to be using this as part of our core for today. If you don't have this or you have a block, you could use a block as well. Okay. Make sure that you have some water. We're going to be perhaps elevating the heat level. All right, once everybody gets settled, then we can begin. I've got my little fan, portable fan. Girl's got to have her fan. We're going to begin seated. Welcome to Saturday morning. Okay, so as you find your seat, take a comfortable seat. Root down through your sits bones. I like to elevate my bum. It kind of helps me with my lower back. Have your legs feeling comfortable and rooted down as well. I like to have one leg in front of the other. That way I'm not feeling like there's any constriction or pinching. And then I just assess my body. Am I sitting upright? Are my shoulders balanced over my hips? Is my head balanced on top of my shoulders? Are my shoulders up by my ears like earrings, or are they down and back, relaxed? And I'm letting myself breathe into my belly. This is a breath that we did up until about age 5. Naturally, we would breathe into our belly. And then somewhere around 5, it shifts to breathing into your chest, which is a less effective and shallower way of breathing. So I want you to use your whole lung capacity in your breath work. 3-part breath is what we'll be practicing today, and that will kind of draw attention to the different parts of our lungs, and then hopefully draw your attention into a more effective way of breathing, a fuller way of breathing. Okay. All right, looks like everybody's settled. Okay, good. Taking a comfortable seat, just kind of close your eyes or take a soft gaze and just assess where your breath work is now. Where is your breathing now? I'm going to flip my palms up because I need a little bit of energy this Saturday morning. When the alarm went off this morning, I was like, no. But then I changed to yes. Palms up. When my palms are up, it says that I need a little bit more energy from other people or from my environment. I'm going to cup my hands, and that allows me to pull in some additional energy. If you have too much and you need to I don't want any more, turn your palms down. Okay. Elbows below your shoulders. Shoulders back, down, and around. Rooting down through your sits bones. Breathing up through the crown of your head, up into the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, rooting down through your sits bones into the earth. Keeping an elongated spine, keeping a long spine. Breathe without collapse. And try to take part in even and equal breath work. So your inhalation is equal to your exhalation in duration, in velocity. If it takes me a count of 5 to fill up my lungs, then it takes me a count of 5 to empty my lungs. We'll take 3 more rounds of breath, just assessing our environment, where our body's at, calming and grounding. All right, welcome. Okay, 3-part breath is Dirga Pranayama, and what that is, we're going to begin right here with just chest breathing. So where your clavicle is, and I just want you to breathe to this part of your chest, of your body. So when you breathe into your chest, I want your hand to rise and fall. So direct your breath there, and you may want to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Inhale. This part of your lung capacity is a shallow, just the top part of your lungs, and it is often used when we are feeling anxious or when we're feeling shortness of breath. It is not an effective way of breathing, but it's something that you should be aware of or identify with when those feelings come up, that you may be doing a shallow breath. So just know that this is when your chest rises and falls, that you're just using a certain portion of your lungs, and that it may be associated with an emotion, an intense emotion that you're feeling. So let's elongate that breath and learn how to breathe deeper. So taking your elbows up and then placing your thumbs on your rib cage, and your fingers on the front of your rib cage and thumbs on the back, and feel your ribs. Feel the cage that surrounds you and protects your lungs and your heart. Good. And feel the power of those ribs. They're very strong. They have intercostal muscles in between each rib that expand and contract with the ballooning of your lungs inside. So as your ribs expand, as your lungs expand, your ribs will widen and then contract. Inhale and exhale through your nose. Inhale, exhale. Feel the expansion and the contraction. Do 5 rounds of breath into rib cage breathing. After your 5th breath, relax your hands down below. Okay, so we've gotten to 2 parts. The 3rd part is our belly. Now, this is what we addressed earlier. Belly breath was something that we did naturally as young babies and children. And then around age 5, it switches to chest breathing. So when people typically inhale, they'll inhale through their chest. What we'd like you to do is practice inhaling through your belly. This is the most calming breath. This is the best way to calm your body. And when you can breathe effectively, oxygen then circulates in your bloodstream and helps to clear your mind and really calms you, evens you out with your emotions, and then allows you to think clearly. So put your hands on your belly. When you inhale through your nose, that's an indication of, or a directive of how to breathe deeply, through your nose. So inhale, stick your belly out. Exhale through your nose. Draw your belly in. Using your hands as biofeedback. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice job, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then relax. Wonderful. Now, when we begin our practice, well, we've already began it, but when we start our more vigorous movements, I want you to coordinate your breath with your movement. So, body movement breathing. So, when we elongate our body, inhale. When we contract our body, exhale. So it's just imagine the bellows breath. So imagine the bellow itself is contracting, pushing air out. Okay, good. Okay, so taking your right hand, reaching, crawling, walking that hand away. Inhale actively, active fingers, the left hand up and over. And when we do this, I want the eye of the elbow to be by your ear, and you're like a rainbow, you're arcing over. And this part of your body is not collapsing. It's like, imagine you're going over a ball. Inhale up and over, and actively reach. This hand is actually pushing away from the earth. And when you do that, your body comes up, the energy is up and over. Breathing into your side body, expanding that rib cage on this side, breathing into each intercostal muscle. Wonderful work. So my head doesn't feel like it's holding itself in space. I like to imagine that there's a beam of light coming out of the crown of my head and that it is shooting across the room, inhaling up and over, reach. In the morning, you might feel a little bit of your body's responding to waking up. It's been probably in a fetal position or in a contracted position most of the night. As it wakes up, it might make some noise. Mine certainly does. Inhale up, let's go to the other side. Pushing away with this lower hand, this lower arm. As you push away, this creates this ball, this energy that comes up and around. Up, active fingers reaching over. Breathing into the side body. Really feeling the expansion in the upper side body right here. Nice. If you feel so inclined, like your body is calling you to move a little bit more, then listen to your body. So if it wants you to come forward, or if it wants you to come up, then go ahead and respond that way. Full breath, even and equal breath. Inhaling up. Nice job. Okay, one more time, coming over to the side. This time, I want you to inhale up and then have this upper arm, so this part of your body stays the same, but this upper arm goes to where the floor meets the wall, if you're inside. But it is slanted down, and what this does is it's creating space between your shoulder, your head of your shoulder bone, and your earlobe. And if you actively reach, it creates more space. And then direct your breath to that area. We often hold the weight of the world on our shoulders, feeling stress in our shoulders, where we might not even be aware of it. And then when we do these kind of poses, is suddenly when we're aware, wow, I am stressed, or I am holding a lot right there. Our body likes to store emotion, and it likes to place it in certain parts There are more parts of our bodies that are a little bit more sensitive than the others. Shoulders are one of those areas. Hips are one of those areas. Really reach, direct your breath. A good way of releasing the tension in your neck or shoulders is inhale through your nose, direct the breath, and then I like to actually visualize a little Pac-Man eating away at the stress, and I give it even a color like a dark gray, and then I blow it out my mouth. Inhale. And then I have this arm like it's pulling me up, taking my lower arm, straightening out my head, and then switching the side. Inhaling up and over, and then having my hand slant down to where the floor meets the wall, reaching. So you can see that my fingers are active, that they're not just flaccid, they're not just hanging in space, but they're actively reaching, creating space between my head of my arm bone, shoulder, and my earlobe. I'm directing breath. The crown of my head is reaching. Then I have this arm reach up, head centered. Good. That was excellent. Couple more neck and shoulder and head work, and then we'll begin bigger body movements. Okay, taking your neck, so sitting tall, taking your chin, so the back of your neck, and just breathing to the back part of your neck. Having your chin come over to your shoulder. Having the right ear come to the right shoulder. Chin up towards the ceiling. Really focus on this other shoulder, that it's not trying to creep up. It's not trying to sneak up. Chin to shoulder. Chin to chest. Chin to shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. And if you need to stay in one of these poses a little bit longer, then you do that. I'm not here to police you. Listen to your body. Chin up. So right here, this particular pose right here, it's definitely pulling on this shoulder, ironically, for me. So I might direct some breath work into that space. Chin to shoulder, chin to chest, and then up. Great job. Okay, let's go to hands and knees. Remove your prop, if you have a prop. Now, when you align your body, I'm going to put my hair back. When you align your body on hands and knees, make sure that your wrists are below your shoulders and your knees are below your hips. So you're squaring off your body. Okay? There we go. Okay, so spread your fingers. So you're actively planting down each of your finger pads, planting them down. Your wrists are below your shoulders, knees are below your hips. And we're going to continue with the breath work. Inhale, exhale. Cat-cow. In your cow, I actually want you to reach forward with the forehead, and your tailbone reaches back. So you're elongating and not just simply dumping. So you're elongating your body. Exhale, push down into the ground, hug in with your eyes of your elbows. Cat. Breathing into your back body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Okay, on this next inhalation, I want you to walk your hands a little bit more forward and drop your hips and just kind of roll your shoulders and have your heart come in between your biceps. Rolling your shoulders, kind of feeling the movement. And then on your exhalation, I want you to widen your knees and drop your hips down, back. So your tailbone actually reaches towards your heels. Your toes are touching each other. And again, because it's early morning, we might be feeling these poses a little bit more distinctively, just because our body is just waking up. Moving your body, breath to movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great job, everybody. Excellent. Good job. Okay, so what I want you to do now is just kind of figure 8, feeling your body side to side as it moves side to side. I think it's a good brain exercise to move your body in a figure 8. It kind of has to think, okay, how do I do that? And then reverse the motion. That's an extra brain work. And then have your hips come down. Bring your arms to the right side of your mat, even maybe off the mat, and oh my goodness, this one feels good. So you may feel this one more in your left arm, your left shoulder. Reach with your left fingertips and diagonally stretch towards your left sit bones. Your arms are to the right, your sit bones are to the left, and you're breathing into your back body, your side body. Inhaling up, bringing your hands to the center. Let's begin again by breathing forward, heart in between our biceps. Exhale, child's pose, reaching forward, breathing into our back body. And then bringing our hands to the left, even off the mat, to the left side. Right arm reaching specifically to and diagonally through your body to the right sits bones. Opening up the side body. You might feel this really powerfully in your shoulder area and your scapula in this part of your body. Inhale up. One more time, breathing in between heart space. Exhale, child's pose. Great. Let's come into downward facing dog. Rolling over your toes. Cycling out or walking the dog, I like to say. One heel down and then the next, drawing in with the belly. Some people like to describe this as if you have a seat belt or a belt that's wrapped around your lower belly, your abdomen, and it's drawing your hips up towards the ceiling. I don't care if you have straight legs. I want you to even Keep your knees bent. As your hips come up towards the ceiling, I would like a long back. Shaking your head yes and no. Cycling the heels out. Drawing the belly in and up. Wonderful work. Stepping forward, and let's just take a rag doll. We're just hanging forward. Again, you can bend your knees, holding opposite elbows. Relaxing your head, hanging forward. I like to sway side to side. Plant your hands in front of you, elongate your spine, monkey pose, inhale. Exhale, forward bend once again. You may bend your knees and rest your chest on your quads. That will actually help in your lower back. Monkey pose once again. This time, take your hands and place them on your hips. And then this is a powerful pose for your back body. I want you to inhale slowly, long back, and coming up into a standing position. Okay, wonderful. We're going to just practice some half sun salutations and then full sun salutations, just kind of warming up our body. And then we'll get into some core work with our prop, if you have a block or a rolled up mat. So just kind of remind yourself to breathe to movement. Put breath to movement. All right. Planting your feet at hip bones distance, inhaling up. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, elongate your body. Exhale, plant your hands, jump or step back. If you'd like to do a chaturanga, you can, full chaturanga, or you can bring your knees down to the ground and come all the way to the ground. Strong body, exhale all the way down, inhaling up, having your heart come through your biceps, rolling over your toes, downward facing dog. Cycling out your dog, and just stepping forward. Ragdoll. Inhale, elongate your back, exhale, forward bend. Ragdoll. Inhale, elongate your back. Taking your hands to your hips, inhaling up, straight back. Inhaling all the way up, exhaling, hands to heart space. Let's repeat that. I'm going to switch sides. Inhaling up, exhaling, forward bend. Inhaling, elongate your back, plant your hands, jump or step back. I'm going to do knees down this time, chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Cycling out, feeling the body, stepping forward, elongate the spine, inhale, exhale, forward bend, ragdoll. Breathing into the back, the neck hangs, head hangs. Inhale, elongate the back. Taking your hands to your hips, reach up, inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Okay, we're going to build upon this pose. Inhaling up, exhale, forward. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, plant the hands, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, heart. Exhale, roll over the toes. Inhale, the right leg back. When we reach with our right leg, I want the toes pointed down, squaring your hips. as if you're trying to put a footprint on the wall behind you, behind that foot. Reaching for that wall with that foot. Reaching through the heel. Exhale, let's bring that knee into chest, arcing the back. Knee coming up towards the chest, holding it, and then planting it in between our hands. Coming into crescent lunge. So taking this high runner's lunge, and then if you need to take a step in between, you take your hands to your knees, and then eventually coming into this crescent lunge. Reaching up. Exhaling, coming down. Reaching back with that right foot. Again, squaring that foot. And then coming all the way down, chaturanga. Inhaling up. Roll over the toes. Reach through your left foot. Squaring that hips. Toes pointed down. Left knee into chest. Planting it in between your hands. Runner's lunge. Inhaling up, crescent. Active fingers, active arms. Exhale, coming down, plant the hands, reaching back, coming down, chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhale, roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. This time, inhale your right leg back, taking your right knee into your chest, taking that right knee to your left elbow, taking the right knee to your right elbow, and then planting that foot in between your hands. Coming up into crescent lunge. Exhale all the way down. You can choose to take a three-legged chaturanga if you'd like. No pressure. You can always come down to your knees with your chaturanga. Inhale, left leg. Left knee into chest. Left knee, right elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Left foot, plant in between your hands. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Three-legged chaturanga. Inhale up. Roll over the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back. Right knee into chest. Left elbow. Right elbow. Plant. Inhale up. Beggar's bowl. Bend that back knee coming into beggar's bowl. This is like the telemark lunge, getting us ready for the ski season, bending that back knee. Whenever you need to take a modified pose, you take the pose. You don't need to go to this far end. You may always take the pose, taking your hands to your quad, skipping the chaturanga. Don't stress. Inhale up, exhale all the way down. Three-legged chaturanga, or no chaturanga, just coming into downward facing dog. Inhale up, rolling over the toes, left leg back. Left knee, chest, right elbow, left elbow, plant the foot, inhale up. Beggar's bowl, bend that right knee, inhale up. Three-legged chaturanga. Heart through the chest. rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. I would like you to narrow your down dog, bringing your feet in closer to your hands, taking your left hand, pushing down with your right palm, taking your left hand and come to your right quad, your right calf, or your right heel. Twist. Look under your right armpit. Breathe into your back body. Direct breath into your back body. Great. Good job, everybody. Planting your hands and then switching sides. Right hand to left quad, left calf, left heel. Looking under your left armpit, twisting and breathing into your back body. Relaxing your head, drawing in with the belly. And then release. Plant your hands, step your feet back farther, coming into a chaturanga or a modified chaturanga or no chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale, child's pose. In child's pose, really feel the full extent of this pose. I'd like you to breathe into your back body, expanding the muscles on your back. Our back body is very strong, thick muscles. I want you to use your lungs as little massage tools as they inflate. I want them to broaden the back muscles. Have your tailbone reach down towards your heels. The third eye is pressing down into the mat. Your arms can be wrapped around your heels or they can extend forward above your head as you breathe in your child's pose. Inhale up, all fours. Press down, roll over your toes. Downward facing dog. Shaking out your head. Drawing in with your belly. Stepping forward to your hands. Forward bend. Planting or pressing your hands into your hips. Reaching long, straight back. Inhale up. Hands above your head. Inhaling, expanding those lungs. Exhale, hands into your heart. Excellent. Okay, shaking out your hands. Shaking out your legs. Good job. Okay, always making sure that you feel, that you give your body positive reinforcement. So as you do hard poses, congratulate yourself for doing that. Like, I did that. And then your muscle memory will take over. And then the next time you revisit this pose, it'll remember that it's already been there. And it will go to that level that you were at before. And then perhaps give you an opportunity to go beyond. Okay, coming down to our back, we're going to do a little bit of core work. This is where you may want to have your prop. Don't worry if you don't have a prop. We could still do the core work. All right. I'd like you to plant your block or squeeze your block or your rolled up mat in between your upper inner thighs. And then this is a pose that you can become too relaxed in. Like you can oh yeah, it's there, it's balancing. But I actually need you to actively squeeze and to be mindful of squeezing it. And sometimes you have to say the words, squeeze the inner thighs. That's how I remember. I also actively spread my toes. So I spread my toes, squeeze in with my inner thighs, and I reach up towards the ceiling. Weave your fingers, make a little nest or a basket, and plant your head, rest your head in that basket. So this is a pose that you may feel a lot of neck strain. I don't want your neck doing the core work. I want your back of your head, the back palate of your head, to rest in that basket. Push it back even. Squeeze your inner thighs, rest your head back into your hands, spread your toes. Okay, we haven't even started the core work and I'm already sweating. Okay, press in, spread the toes back into your hands, back of your head into your hands. Good. Now I want you to just slowly crunch up, squeeze, back palate of your head resting in the back of your hands, and just doing some crunching. Now I'd like you to take your right elbow towards your left knee, reaching up. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep squeezing that prop in between your inner thighs. Switching sides, left elbow to right knee. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep squeezing, keep spreading the toes, resting the back palate of your head into your hands, and then switch sides. Right elbow to left knee. Exhale, inhale. As you come up, you exhale. 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 Switch. Exhale. Exhale. Squeeze that prop. Exhale. Exhale. This time, I want you to bring the right elbow to the left knee. Hold it. Come back. Left elbow, right knee. Hold it. Squeeze the prop. Come back. Both elbows forward, up. Squeeze the prop. Come back. And then remove the prop. Have your feet come down towards the mat. Good job. Excellent. This time we're going to weave the hands again, but just take the weave of your fingers and offset them by one in the awkward way, just to kind of get out of our habits. Extend your right leg up and your left leg out so they're perpendicular to one another, spreading the toes. If you cannot straighten the legs, bend the knees. Don't worry about this part. Extend. I still want this left leg to be elevated, to be parallel to the floor. Inhale up, pressing the back palate of the head into the hands. Left elbow to right knee. Keeping it up. And then down. Inhale up. Left elbow to left knee. Elbows up towards the ceiling. And then down. One more time. Up. Left elbow to left knee. Right knee. Oh my goodness. Elbows up, and then down. Switching legs, active toes, elevated foot and leg. Inhale up, right elbow, left knee, elbows up, back palate of the head resting back. Inhale up, right elbow, left knee, elbows up, back palate resting back. Inhale up. Right elbow, left knee. Elbows up. Resting back. Good. Planting both feet on the ground. Let's come into bridge pose. So feel that Achilles tendon with your fingertips. Your feet are about hip bone distance or perhaps even a little bit wider. Come into the Will Robinson robot. Arms pressing down with the triceps. I'd like you to broaden your chest. Breathe into your chest. Push down into your triceps. Lift your hips up. Have the chest come towards your chin, but still keeping space behind the neck. Good. Breathe into the belly. Put breath into those abdominal muscles that you just contracted, that you were just working. Put breath into it to expand. Press down with your big toes, lifting your hips up, keeping that space behind your neck, chin up, bringing the chest towards the chin, not the other way around. Hips up, active fingers, pressing down with the triceps. So many things to think about. Exhale, come down. All right, bringing your shins to tabletop. Great. Hands woven behind your head. This time I want you to reach forward with your right leg. Exhale, come to your left knee. Switching sides. Switch. Switch. This is a slow movement. Contraction. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Both legs up towards the ceiling. Again, if you cannot have straight legs, just have your legs bent. There's no rules. Just listen to your body. Reaching up, contract both towards your knees. Contract. Contract. One more. Release your hands behind your head and reach up with the opposite arm to the opposite foot. So my right hand to the outside of my left foot. Switch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now both hands reaching, they're hovering above the ground, reaching towards the wall in front of me. My heels are reaching up towards the ceiling, pulsating. Exhale, 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 exhale. And then elongate your body, rest your body into the mat. Breathe in fully. Breathe into your whole body. Blow it out your mouth. Breathe in. Blow it out your mouth. One more bit of core work, and then we're going to begin our restore. So I'd like you to remember to breathe. I don't want you to stop breathing. Keep the breath coordinated with your movement. Here we go. So this pose right here may be deceivingly easy, but I want you to really focus on all the parts that I am naming and really try to protect your lower back as well as activate your front core muscles, all right? Okay, so take your right hand and push it against your quad. And your right quad's gonna push back into your hand. Left hand on top of right, extend long with your left leg, push into your right quad pushes back. I want you to draw down with your belly button so your lower back stays on the mat. Extend, push back, draw down. Extend through your left leg, push into your quad, quad pushes back, draw down with your belly button. Extend with your left leg, push into your quad, quad pushes back, draw down with your belly button. Push, push, draw down, extend. One more time. Push, push, draw down, extend. Release. Hug both knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Good job. Extend long with your right leg. Left hand on your quad, right hand on top. Push, push, extend, draw down with your belly button. Lower back to the mat. Push, push, extend, draw down. Push, push, extend, draw down. Push, push, extend, draw down. One more time. Push, push, extend, draw down. Hug both knees into your chest. Whew, that was great. All right, coming into half happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of the feet, bringing the knees in towards our armpits, rocking side to side. Tailbone reaches long onto the mat and down, long and down. Just rocking side to side. Take advantage of this opportunity to breathe freely into your belly, into this rocking motion. As my friends often say, rock the baby, don't wake the baby. So gently sway side to side. Good. All right. Roll over to your side, pushing down into the ground and come into a seated position. If you need to grab some water, now's an opportunity to do that. We're going to enter into the restore portion of the class. Okay. Coming into hands and knees. I want you to widen your knees, elongate your left arm up, and thread the needle. As you thread the needle, reaching as far as you can with that left arm. And your right arm can take several positions. Your right arm can plant above your head. Your right arm can wrap around the back part of your body. It can even hook onto the left inner thigh, which mine will not be doing. I like to take this position where I'm kind of propping myself. Good. And I'm breathing into a twisted back body. Breathing into the openings being created by my movement. Breathing into those spaces. Exhaling and releasing my breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Wonderful. Calming the nervous system, calming the breath, pushing down into the ground. Oops, lost my microphone. Inhaling, left arm up, exhale, hands down. Switching sides, inhaling, right arm up, thread the needle. Choosing what you want to do with that left arm, whether it's propped up, whether it's bracing above the head, or if it's wrapped around the body. Holding onto the inner thigh of the right leg. It's up to you. Breathing into the back body, keeping the hips square. Drawing in with the belly, breathing into the back body. Inhale the right arm up, exhale, coming down. Sitting back onto your heels, we're going to be doing a hip opener right now. So I'd like you to imagine, well, right now we're just opening up our quads by sitting in hero's pose with a long, tall back. Just opening up the quads. If this pose is not possible, then just sit back into a cross-legged position. If you want to take this farther, now this is a pose that challenges me. If you have any kind of knee injury, you're not going to want to do this pose, and just sit in a cross-legged pose. You can open up your heels and slowly nestle your hips in between. Have your toes point back. That's essential. Your toes pointed back. I like to take my hands and prop them on my heels and roll my shoulders back. And the heel proppage allows me to support myself in this pose as I slowly ease my hips down in between my ankles, opening up my quads, breathing into the larger muscles of my body, broadening my heart space, having my shoulders wrap around my spine, sitting tall through the crown of my head. Good. Coming out of that pose, and everyone meeting in this cross-legged pose. Okay, so we're going to stack our legs into, it has several names, fire log pose, shoelace. So I'd like you to take your right ankle and put it above your left knee. And your right knee is above your left ankle. Good. And then you may need to adjust your sit bones. You may need to take the flesh of your inner thigh and spiral it out on either side. And what that does is it helps us to sit sturdier, stronger, straighter, more erect. Now, if this pose is impossible, your knees are up, then this is an opportunity for you to use the props that are around you to help support your knees. If this is still impossible, even with props, and you're just not comfortable, I don't want you to practice pain. So bring your heels towards each other. And sometimes people call this butterfly pose. I call it cobbler pose. Soles of your feet are together, and you could be in this pose. If this pose is challenging for you and your knees are up, again, use your props, or take your hands to the front part of your knees. Draw your chest in between your biceps and sitting up. Elongate through your spine. Flexing both feet if you're in fire log pose. Practice sitting up, spiraling out the inner thighs. If you would like more challenge and you feel like you're not having much sensation at all, then take your hands to the side of your hips, and then slowly, with a long back, come forward. Come to the place that you're feeling sensation again in your hips, and then stop there and breathe. Take some time to breathe into the pose. Your body's going to protect you, so it's not going to let you go into a deeper pose without permission. So what you're asking right now is permission to go deeper. So you're breathing, and when you feel like there's some ease and less resistance in the pose, then perhaps you can go farther forward. Now your hands may need to come forward. I like to reach through the crown of my head. I'm taking a soft gaze at a drishti, or a focal point on the ground, something that does not move. And I breathe into that drishti. I breathe into that focal point. When I feel ease again, perhaps my body can go even deeper. Flexing the feet, protecting the knees, coming forward. It's essential to breathe into the back body. Again, broadening the back muscles. Reminding yourself, even and equal breath. Walking your hands back to a tall body, and you're going to switch out sides. Okay, if you have been in butterfly this whole time, I challenge you or invite you to, instead of having your heels towards your perineum, your pelvic floor, let's take your heels farther out. So now it's a broader diamond, and I challenge you to come forward slowly in this pose. Okay, regardless if your knees are up, it's still okay. It's not hurting or damaging your knees if you come forward in that. Okay, switching outside. So now left ankle is above your right knee, left knee above your right ankle. Spiraling out the inner thighs, allowing a taller body, long spine, feeling this pose. So before we stretch into a deeper pose, you want to be able to sense this pose. So feel where you're at now before moving out of it and into something else. Being mindful of being present, even when you are experiencing a lot of sensation. Breathe into your sensation, release it. And slowly come forward. Come to the edge. Stop. Breathe. Release. Flexing the feet. Come forward more. Stop, breathe, release. Slowly inhaling up. All right. We're going to be taking this next pose. It's called cow face pose. We're going to take one step before cow face, but that's the end result we're going to be leading to. So I want you to take your left leg, put your left heel by your right bum, and then cross your right leg over. So this is not cow face pose, but it's going to be leading up to it. So in this pose, you can just bring that right knee in and up. As you pull in with your right knee, the crown of your head should go up, elongating your spine and just feeling this pose. If you're on one hip, I want you to be mindful of sitting on both, so you may need to adjust, squaring your hips, planting this upper leg, this right leg, planting that big toe, pulling in with the right knee, wrapping the shoulders around the spine, inhaling up through the crown of the head, drawing in that right knee in towards your chest. If you're ready for a twist, take opposite elbow, so left elbow to the outside of the right knee. The twist begins at the belly button. So as you inhale, bring your belly button in, exhale, twist. So your shoulders are twisting, not your neck. So this is not a neck twist. So as you inhale, elongate up through the crown of your head, twist with your upper body. In your head, it can look over your right shoulder, but it's not necessary. I'd like you to keep your chin with your chest, with your sternum. Inhale through the crown of the head, exhale, twist. Inhale through the crown of the head, feel your belly button, draw it in. Exhale, twist. Inhale, elongate your spine. Exhale, twist. Release. Now it's cow face pose. Okay, so what I want you to do is have your heels go out in opposite directions. Your knees are going to come in towards each other. a little trick is to rock forward. Press that back knee into the front knee and then come back down again. If right now you're swearing at me, then I want you to not be in this pose. It might be too much. And just come into cobbler's pose again or into fire log. If you would like more sensation, if your heels are by your hips and you would like more sensation, then I want you to broaden your heels out. So now your heels are in line with your knees and they're flexed and they're coming out. If you are wanting, because you're a little bit wackadoo, if you're wanting a little bit more sensation, rock back, take the outer edges of your feet and draw them out. Draw them in and draw them out. So you're pulling in and pulling out. This is really attending to the outer edges of your hips, opening up, and it's a little bit of a balance pose. Exhale, come down. Okay, we're going to switch sides. That was very good. Actually, why don't we just windshield wiper our knees, just kind of warming up, thanking our body for being so strong. And then taking your right heel to the left sits bones, crossing left leg over, pressing down with that big toe, squaring off your hips, setting yourself up well. Good. That was excellent. Excellent. Okay. Pressing down with your big toe, hugging in that top knee, rolling your shoulders back, reaching up through the crown of your head. Good. Long, have your back long. Good. Rolling the shoulders, breathing up, exhaling, rooting down through your sits bones. Always keeping in mind that the breath is a tool that we use on the inside of our body. Our breath is that conduit that connects our emotions with our physical body and our mind. That it allows us to become excited and amped up. It also allows us to calm down and to expand and to rest. So use your breath to benefit your body. Opposite elbow, right elbow to outside of left knee. Open up with your twist, reminding yourself that the twist begins at the belly button. Inhale, draw in with that belly. Exhale, through the crown of the head. Your shoulders and upper body are twisting, not your neck. Your chin stays with your sternum. Inhale, draw in with the belly. Exhale, through the crown of the head, twist. Inhale, draw in with the belly. Exhale, twist. Inhale, through the belly. Exhale, twist. Pressing down with the left big toe. Tall body. And coming out of it, cow face. Okay. So, right knee comes into the back of the left knee, rocking back. Deciding if you want your heels by your hips or the heels out, pushed away from your body, perhaps in line with your knees, flexing your feet, sitting tall. If you want more sensation, you could rock back, grabbing the outer edges of the feet, pushing them away and pulling them in. Pulling them in and pushing them away. So when I say away, not away from my body, but out, pushing them in opposite directions. Maybe I should say pulling in opposite directions. There you go. And then drawing them in towards your body. Pulling them in opposite directions, drawing in towards your body. Great. Good. Coming forward. Let's do that windshield wiper again, taking your feet mat width distance. Left knee, right knee. All right, we are just about ready for Shavasana. We're going to take another twist on our back. This one you're familiar with. I'm going to remove my rubber band, my ponytail. So lay on your back, feel your back against the earth. Feel the weight of your body being supported by the earth. Have your arms come out like a T. Again, this is like a supine windshield wiper pose. As your left knee comes in, your right knee may be more erect. And then your right knee comes in and your left knee less slanted. Drawing in with your belly and feeling the twist. The release, the breath work. Good. Bringing your feet a little bit closer to each other, now hip bone distance apart. Push down with your feet, lifting your hips up. Pivot your hips to the left side of your mat. Drop your hips down. Have your knees fall to the right side of the room. Left shoulder pressing down into the mat. Looking over your left shoulder. Taking a soft gaze or closing your eyes altogether. Breathing 5 breaths into the side belly. Breathing deeply, evenly, equally. Feeling the earth below you. Feeling the ether above you. Calming your body. Side belly breathing. After your 5th breath, bringing your knees up, pushing down with the soles of your feet, lifting your hips up, pivot them to the right side of the mat, drop them down, have your knees fall to the left, shoulders pressing down into the mat, drawing in with your belly, looking over your right shoulder, side body breathing. Five breaths. Releasing your body, surrendering it to the ground. Take note of the sensations around you and within you. Inhale, bring your knees up towards the center of your mat. Align your hips with your knees, with your shoulders. Come into your final resting pose. Your final resting pose may be your feet wide and your knees knocked in towards each other. Your final resting pose may be a complete corpse pose, Shavasana. Your final resting pose may be a seated meditation. This is your opportunity to allow yourself to rest and feel the sensations that you have conjured up, that you have bubbled up, released, and then put to rest. Feel the weight of your body against the earth, and feel the earth respond by holding and cradling your body. There's a mutual relationship where the earth supports you when you support you, and when you support the earth. Begin to awaken your body by wiggling fingers and toes. Rolling over to your side. Pushing down into the ground into a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Inhaling your arms up. Exhaling, hands down into your heart. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.